All right, this is Toe to Toe episode 61. Welcome to another episode of Toe to Toe. I am here with my favorite co-host, Jennifer Merlin.
Monica, how
What's
are
up?
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Super.
All right, good. I think we have another hot topic to discuss here, and I don't know where we'll come down on this one today.
I feel like going on a tirade, so this sounds fun.
Let's do it. I think we might be on the same page here, but that doesn't mean it's the only page to be on. As you guys know, our entire objective here is to let you see that there is more than one way to be successful in real estate. So today, let's talk about our self showings, the wave of the future. So this idea that a buyer can get online to an iBuyer program, set a showing on their own and go see it. Our self showings, the wave of the future. Is that what we're talking about here today, Jen?
Yeah, that's a great topic. What do you think? You go first.
Are they the wave of the future? I just want to say no. I just want to say that people still recognize that this is often the largest investment they're going to make, and there is some value in feeling like they're being led through the process. I also know that people are short in patience, and if they want to go see a house, they want to go see a house, and if it's available, they might go do that. But I think that doesn't jeopardize the real estate agent, our business. I don't know. What do you think?
I think this is a hard one. So this topic came up because Zillow actually just entered the Ohio market, the Zillow Homes, and they do the self showings. So I'm like for and against it. So the for part of it is exactly what you said. I think it's like we've been doing it in rentals for a long time. Okay. But rentals are a little bit different, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's a good idea for an immediate like response, or like it's kind of like an open house, sort of like you can kind of come in your leisure if you're not ready or whatever, right? But I think that the issue that's tied in here with self showings is also the value of a buyer rep. And I think a larger issue here is I think the buyer should pay the buyer rep, not the seller. Like most states, I think all states have the seller pay.
I think you're right. Why is that?
I think there is value. I think like the seller paying for the buyer's rep is like me paying for my ex-husband's divorce attorney. It's just, why would I do that? And if I'm going to do that, then I want to pick who it is.
Well, here's what, and this may be an entirely different podcast episode, but here's my fear with that. If the buyer has to shell out money to be represented, that you and I know many will not do it. And that is not good for our industry.
I actually disagree. So yeah, let's do that as a next
That's
one.
a whole separate.
Okay, so self showings. Okay. I think that there's a lot of I think it depends on the property sometimes too. So because most people buying a house is their largest asset. And I think it is helpful to have a professional that understands not only the process, that understands the process and has been through the process with many clients. Now that is kind of like a plug for that apprenticeship program that I want to do.
Here we go, back to that.
Because it's like there's a number of agents that don't know what they're doing, that don't know the process, that haven't helped any clients. So thus they are not helpful, or they get in the way. So I would, in order, rather have a highly professional real estate agent that knows what the hell they're doing represent the buyer. Then I would have self showings. Then I would have a terrible agent representing the buyer. So same for sale by owners. Like if you're going to choose a terrible agent to represent you, you're better off selling it yourself.
Right.
But there's value in what's that?
Because you're going to be out the money, and
you're going to be out.
Right.
They're not helpful.
Right.
You're better off having somebody that knows what the hell they're doing and can help you get what you want and give you more money too, from a selling standpoint. From a buying standpoint, the same thing is true. We can, as a more professional agent, we can get your contract accepted easier. we're known more with the other realtors. So
Mhm.
if they're choosing between two different agents,
Mhm.
they're gonna, you know what I mean? Two different
Yeah.
agent
Sure.
clients, they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, well, I've worked with this agent before. They were great.
Mhm.
And they're gonna go with that because they're gonna there's more trust there. Like I
Do
know they made sure that buyer was pre-qualified or
Yes.
pre-approved. Oh my gosh, I just interviewed our lender on the difference between pre-approved and pre-qualified. Super
Okay.
eye. Anyway,
Eye-opening?
yes.
Oh, wow. That should be another let's do that one. W
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, okay. So my question on the Zillow or any other program like that, once the buyer goes through that system and sees the house, are they allowed to go outside for representation to purchase, or is that
I believe
procuring costs?
so. I will have to double check, but I believe they are. It's just for the showing.
To me, that's a big difference maker then. If Zillow, for instance, just because we're talking about this as an example, if they say, hey, if you see this house through this program, you can't bring your own buyer rep to the table unless you're going to
That's
pay them.
not, yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah, that would be dangerous, right?
Yeah,
Because then they can't, because this is what's going to happen. Buyers are going to go and then they're going to call you and I because we're in
right,
relationship with them. And they're going to be like, we love this house. Will you help us buy it? And I'm going to
right,
say, I can't because you
right.
freaking went without me.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Yeah, to me, that's, I guess, the line where I would draw the problem with the program. And I don't know how, I don't know if they're different. Each program's different in that capacity or what.
Yeah, I don't know either. That is an interesting question. I think like even if you have a builder, even if a client goes into a builder and like does the initial conversation, if they bring you back at the second conversation, those builders will honor your representation,
Hmm.
at least the ones I've dealt with, because they know buyers go rogue.
Hmm.
But I think too, like, would I ever put one of my listings on a self showing? I think there's like, I don't know. I like the idea and a concept, but I think the reality has some real drawbacks because
Yeah.
some people are not good people.
Correct. I think it opens up our industry for further, questionable
Right.
activities. And you know what a self-showing is? It's called a freaking open house. Hold them, right? I mean, go to the open house. It's
Yeah.
fine,
And I
right?
don't think in general quote unquote houses don't sell themselves like people say. Like
Right.
that's not a real thing. That's dumb.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well,
Right.
what then the real purpose then of the self showings are showing unmotivated buyers the house.
That's right.
It's
Looky
like, why
loo.
would you do that?
That's a looky loo. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always tell my sellers that is look, we want people who have agents because they're serious. They're
Right.
pre-approved. They've been looking, they're ready to buy. They've
Right.
taken time to consult with this person. Like that is your best buyer. The
Right.
person that just, happens through or whatever and needs
Right.
to pivot to actually buy this, there are going to be all kinds of hurdles with that because they
Right.
weren't
A
planning.
million. Yeah, exactly. So, and I think like, yeah, not only that, not only are they probably not a very good buyer because if they do have an agent, I mean, they would just call that agent, and that agent needs to be like, if they're out of town or they're busy, they should be able to get somebody else to help them. Like, I
Mhm.
think that's really more of a conversation of how do you take care of your clients, right?
100%. And this is where the idea of a past tense agent versus a present tense agent comes to
What
mind.
the hell is that? Can
Listen to
we
this.
catch
This
it
is
up?
listen, no, this is I teach this all the time.
Concierge realtor stuff.
So
Let's
we
hear it.
think no, listen, we think as agents that our job is to show people house, sell a house, negotiate contract, we're done. We were their agent. That's past tense. If somebody says Monica was my agent when we
Mm.
sold our house,
Oh,
that's a true statement. That's not the statement I want. I
no.
need to show up like an agent every single day after that in their life by coming from contribution, by checking in, by sharing the value of their home like a financial advisor would. Like, I need to be a present tense agent. I want them to say, Monica is our agent.
That's so beautiful. You're
I'm s-
right.
I'm serious. And if we are showing up as present tense agents, we will be right there when they see that Zillow house and they want to
Right.
go see it. And it'll be convenient for them to say, hey, Jen, come, we want to go see this house.
Right.
Right.
Or yeah, too, if there is the ability for them to go, but you can't make it or whatever, you can still be available by phone. You can still be available by FaceTime or whatever
Yep.
you have, right?
Yep.
So like, I think they're fine, but yeah, I just think there's more liability than benefit to that.
Agreed. Agreed. So the motto that, or I guess the moral of this story, guys, if you're listening today, is don't worry about these programs. They're not going to ruin your business
No,
if you are showing up in the right way for your clients every single
or your
day.
mindset about them will ruin your business.
That's right. That's true. That's right. But that's on us. And look, most people don't need to do 200 deals a year. Most people are trying to do 24, 30, 36 deals a year. That means you need 15 or 20 good, solid relationships and clients because they're
Yeah,
going to buy and sell. Like, this is not hard. You don't need to worry about this. Is not going to ruin your business.
right.
Stay close, stay in relationship.
I like it. I don't really, we didn't really disagree on that.
No, I don't think. I think it was just a good like hashing out of what could be and what to watch out for and what to do about it.
Yeah. Well, let's head back to our corner. Here,
Okay.
I'll take a short break, hear a word from our sponsor, and when we return, we will have the final punches.
All right, welcome back. Jen, did anyone else have other thoughts on this? Did you talk to other agents about this?
Yeah, well, we definitely have stay tuned after and kind of hear some thoughts from people that it just entered our market. So we just didn't
Okay.
really have a lot of experience, but we have
Mhm.
somebody, a guest that does have more experience with it. So
Oh, that sounds good. That sounds
Mhm.
good. All right, let's just recap 3 takeaways from this total. So what was a takeaway that
Buyers
uh,
should be paying for their own agents.
buyers should be paying for their own agents? Okay.
All
Mine
right.
is you need to be an agent to people that matter to you every day, whether they're buying or selling a house or whether they've ever bought or sell a house. You need to be the resource providing information, education, and demonstration of what you do every day.
Right. I think to answer the question, do we think it's the future? I mean, maybe. The question, do we think it will negatively impact us, is a no.
I agree with that. But I do think we're going to see a lot more of it and we're going to have to find our way through this. So tighten down your relationships
And your process.
and your process. And don't worry about what you can't control. Never use this as an excuse. Just keep on rolling.
You got it, girl. Things will change.
All
That much
right. I think
better.
that's going to have to be the end of the showdown today, which was not so much a showdown, but maybe just a show up. I don't know.
Well, we learned about the present versus past agent. That was pretty good. I like it. Be a
Yeah.
present agent.
Or you be a present tense agent. You got to be it. Got to
Yes.
be it every day.
Just
All
don't be
right.
a
So
concierge one.
say it again.
Just don't be a concierge agent.
Whatever. Meaning don't serve your clients at a high
Oh
level.
God.
There we go. All right. Do you think there was a knockout today? Probably not. But do you have any experience with the iBuyer self-showing process? Go to our Facebook page, Toe to Toe Podcast. Let us know what you think. We love to hear from you.
We would. And if you like us, be sure to rate and review us. It helps us get seen to other people. And if you have an interest in learning more about EXP, just shoot us a text.
Absolutely. And EXP has an iBuyer type program
Mhm.
that really puts the agent in the middle of the mix. I think they've done
Mhm.
a really cool job. So if you want to learn more about that, reach out to Jen and I as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Monica.
All right. Thanks, Jen. See you next time.
Bye.